come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
And I'm so sick of these.
Hey, Foxy.
Man, you know, it's so interesting, man. It's so interesting, man. You know? Appreciate y'all for being here, by the way. But it's so interesting, man. Yeah, man. It's just, you know. Like, boy, you look at the offense and it's like, it's very intentional. It's very intentional. It's almost like you would anticipate that that's the side of the ball that goes crazy. It's on purpose. You would think that it's designed to be that way. Dak Prescott being phenomenal is a big help, but you know, damn, they going crazy. I don't think I've seen the defense this bad before. And look, man, I don't want to disrespect my elders, man. You know what I mean? Like I know a lot of us are coming out here and saying, yeah, man, this Cowboys defense, this 2025 Cowboys defense is historically bad and one of the worst I've ever seen. Man, I just want to respect my elders, bro. That Monty Kiffin stuff was terrible. Marinelli had some good runs, but when Chris Richard took over, that stuff was terrible. That Mike Nolan stuff was terrible. Dan Quinn had a playoff game. I ain't gonna lie. He had a playoff game that wasn't good, but for the most part, what's going on now is horrific. But man, I just don't want to disrespect my elders. I really want to know: is this the worst Cowboys team I've ever? The worst Cowboys defense team is different. Is this the worst Cowboys defense I've ever seen in my whole life? I started thinking about some things, right? I started thinking about Green Bay. I thought about Green Bay Packers and their defense, and their defense isn't just great because, you know, number 11 took one of the ones off his jersey number, and, you know, he just shows up flying all over the place. I feel like Green Bay's defense was already a pretty good unit. Even early in the season where you saw Micah rotating onto the field, you know, Green Bay's defense was still holding it down when Micah wasn't on the field. I did research. And when I say research, I thought about it for about 6 minutes.
Did you hear what I said?
Just in my mind, wherever I was sitting, I just thought about it for a little bit. And I was like, you know what? If you think about Green Bay's path to this defense, Rashawn Gary, Luke Van Ness, Devontae Wyatt, you know, Kenny Clark been there for a while, Edgerrin Cooper, Quay Walker, all those guys were drafted with the idea that they're going to improve that defense. Not just kind of be a part of the squad. Like, there was a bunch of intention with them being great, a part of this defense. And then I thought to myself, I wonder what the Cowboys roster looks like in relation to that. So, man, I pulled up my good old R lads just to kind of walk it down for a second. You know what I mean? Just to kind of walk it down, just so I could see what the Cowboys are working with. You know what I mean? Just so I could see what some of this intention was. Let me cut this on. We ain't doing nothing. Just to see what some of this intention was. I'm gonna do the offense first because they're the better unit, right? So we can kind of, surmise what needs to happen here. Dak don't count. I'll leave him out. Quarterback is very volatile, but running back, Javonte Williams was brought here to be running back one. All right, cool, bet. Still, we'll see. Tyler Guyton was drafted to be this starting left tackle. Tyler Smith was drafted to be the starting left guard. Cooper Beebe would go in that spot, but Cooper Beebe was drafted to be the starting center. Tyler Booker was drafted to be the starting right guard. Terrence Steele was a guy that has to step up. You kind of see where we're going here, like how I'm breaking this down a little bit. I feel like Jake Ferguson was drafted to be like a depth guy, but he stepped up and is working out. Schoonmaker was drafted to be a starter, but it's not working out. Does that make sense how this game is going so far? Bet. George Pickens was acquired to be a star here. CeeDee Lamb was drafted to be a star here. Kevontae Turpin, big help. Flournoy was a draft, project, develop, step up, contribute guy. Tolbert ended up being the same kind of thing, right? So looking at this offense, most of these guys were brought here to be kings. Your left tackle through your right guard, Pickens, Lamb. I'll even say Javonte Williams. We just didn't know. Like, they knew what they were getting in Williams. Because, I mean, he was the only running back that didn't do nothing in preseason football. He was just kind of hanging around. They kept him fresh, and we were the ones that were like, hey, man, what's going on with Javonte? And the Cowboys like, yeah, we got us one. So that's 7 cats that are here with the sole responsibility of being that guard. All right. Now that that we got that out the way, and the rules of the game are kind of laid out for us, I just want us to listen to the tone of my voice and how different it is when I talk about the guys on defense. Sam Williams was brought here to be a piece of a rotation. Keep it a buck with you. You were expecting Sam Williams to kind of step up and do something, but he was brought here to be a part of a rotation. D-Law was the guy. Michael was the guy. And it was like some other pieces that were around that were much higher up the totem pole than Sam. Sam was like your pass rush. He was like your sixth edge at some point. He was your sixth edge at some point, and he was asked to step up. Donovan Ezeraku, young guy, thought he was going to be a part of a rotation. He was brought here to step up. Micah Parsons was the guy. Kenny Clark was bred to be a king. This is him. Osa, I didn't think was going to take over the 3-tech job. Had to grow into it a little bit. It ended up being his job. I wouldn't call him a superstar by any means, but I can say that there's 2 players that are like, hey, Osa's kind of locked up here. Kenny Clark's pretty locked up here. Is what it is. Dante Fowler, I imagine, was supposed to be part of a rotation. He's starting or whatever, but boy, you feel real good about Dante Fowler if he's your third rusher as opposed to like your first. I can live with Dante Fowler as my second guy. And look, this is what I mean when I say this, right? Once upon a time, the Cowboys' first 2 edge guys was Tank Lawrence and Micah Parsons. Those are 2 dudes that you had a whole bunch of faith in. Some Pro Bowls back and forth between those 2 guys, right? I don't think of Fowler as a Pro Bowl guy. Fowler was supposed to be a rotational dude amongst the rest of these guys. Marshawn Nealon is a step-up guy. That's James Houston. Which is a whole nother conversation, but he should be further up this damn hold on, I didn't hit something. No, boom. James Houston's supposed to be part of, further up the depth chart, but it is what it is. But out of the whole D line, only 2 of them were really supposed to be kings here. Osa at 3-tech and Kenny Clark at 1-tech, and they got pushed around last week. Whatever. Jack Sanborn was brought here to start. Don't make me hold my breath. Shamar James, 5th round pick, step up guy. Damone Clark, a long-term developing step up guy. Kenneth Murray was supposed to be a starter. Don't make me throw up. Maris Leofow, who I expect to be a starter, not quite there. Trey Diggs was drafted here to be the starting cornerback. He was drafted here to be a king. It ain't really been working out, man. But look, for the sake of discussion, I'll say cool. Trey is like your third player that you can rely on. Even though, where my water at?
It's false. No way.
I'm going to drink while this motherfucker playing. I'm going to play this damn. I need a sip of water while this shit.
Not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up. It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication. It never happened. It never happened. This one was invented by a writer. Not this time. It never happened. It's false. It never happened. It's a
Yeah, man. Trey's supposed to be one of you guys, but Donovan Wilson was a step-up guy. It was another strong safety playing, but Donovan Wilson stepped up into that position. Wanye Thomas stepped up into the position. Any other day, this would be like Malik Hooker or something. Hooker was brought here, but Hooker wasn't brought here to be a king. He was brought to help. Kyrie Elam wasn't brought here to be a king. Kyrie Elam was brought here to help. Deron Bland, cool player, worked himself up, broke the pick 6 record. I don't know what you want me to say. You know what I'm saying? He ain't having as good a year now as he once did. But if you had to scratch and claw, I'll call him a possible, right? So if we recap offense, they got 7 guys that are fit to be in their position, that are here to start and be great and to knock it out the park. Some of these guys still got a little room to work and navigate and grow and getting better, but they were brought here intentionally to do a job. Everybody else is kind of help guy. Ferguson is a help guy. Lipke is a blocking special teams help guy. Tolbert is a step up guy. Terrence still hanging on for dear life. Everybody else is supposed to be here. All these guys, except for your corners and your 2 defensive tackle, all these guys are like part of rotation guys. Voch, what's your overall point? What's the point of this video? Dog, like it's like the Cowboys took all these cats on defense and just kind of hoped that some shit worked out. You know how we feel about the quarterback and the wide receivers, you know what I'm saying? Like, we feel good about those guys because the Cowboys aggressively figured out, like, they seeked answers at those spots. Bro, I don't think we really seeked answers at pass rush. Like, you brought in Dante to be a help guy, but that's always what Dante's been. You drafted Donovan Ezraku to contribute to something like that, and that's kind of what he's doing. But, dog, it ain't like you brought him in to be a superstar here. I say all this to say the Cowboys haven't invested much in the defense, and it's showing its ugly face right this second. It's showing its ugly face right this second. The Cowboys ain't supposed to be this bad, but it's showing its ugly little face right this second. It's goofy ass little face right now, and we can't stop looking at it. We can't unsee how ugly the Cowboys' defensive face is right now. It's beaming. Beaming, steaming, Willie beaming. How do you fix this? A lot of people want to make trades right now. Man, I hear you. I think the Joneses is going to keep them picks and just go draft guys. I think the Joneses are going to keep those picks, and just like the large amount of first round picks that went in the offense, I think the Joneses are going to put a large amount of first round and second round picks into the defense. That's just how I feel. I think the next 2 years the Cowboys are going to make a huge push to bring defenders up here. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. At least I answer my own question, man. Long story short, it ain't gonna be nothing to happen this year. Like I said, this year, if you want to get better on defense, what you need to do is you need to make it to where you're not one of the worst defenses in the league. If you could simply play well enough, get enough continuity, get enough scheme retention, and maybe get like a veteran guy or two to where you're not touching your day 1, day 2 picks or something like that, then you just fight for your life to get to like the 19th defense in the league. If you get to the 19th best defense in the league, you win a shit ton of games because your point differential is -6 right now. Number 1 offense in the league and your point differential is -6 right now because you keep losing 3-point games. You simply keep losing 3-point games. If you simply contribute one stop to a couple of games, then you only lose 1. That's the Bears. I think the Bears beat. It was 2 now because Carolina. So look, the Bears beat you fairly, and Carolina beat the shit out of you. The rest of your game's supposed to be W's. The rest of your game's you supposed to be what, 4-2 now? Going into week 7. Watch football. Wizards supposed to be 4-2. Assuming that your defense takes care of business. I don't know. Hey man, I love y'all to pieces. I'm just dropping some little commentary so y'all can hear from me, man. I just wanted to show my face at home because I love it here at home. Y'all heard me on all these other different platforms today. Assuming that y'all traveled around with me today. If you did, I'm grateful. I appreciate you, but just wanted to come home and say those things. The Cowboys haven't invested enough into this defense, and it's finally showing right now. I'll catch y'all next time. I'll see y'all on Crown in the morning, all right? Peace.